It's been a while, but finally I can play a game that I know is going to be good, because it's a collection of 48 of the best Genesis titles ever released, kid tested and mother approved. If you played the Sega Genesis collection 2 years back, then you're probably familiar with 24 of the 48 games in the Sonic collection, but games like Echo Jr., Shadow Dancer, Sword of Vermilion, and Virtual Fighter 2 were cut. But it has some new games like Shining in the Darkness, Shining Force 1 and 2, Sonic 3, Sonic & Knuckles, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, and Beyond Oasis, so it makes up for it. It even has some old 8-bit Mega Drive games like the first Phantasy Star in it just to sweeten the deal. I would have liked to have Sonic 3 and Knuckles in my review, the best Sonic game of all time in my opinion, but there's one big problem. It doesn't exist, despite the fact that Sonic & Knuckles is clearly in the fucking collection. The lock-on feature is gone, so it's just a standalone cartridge. Apparently the disc space was too small due to the emulator software for the Mega Drive and some arcade titles, so they should have just taken it out. Would you honestly say thanks to a plumber who just put a toilet in your bathroom and didn't bother to hook it up? The next problem, the problem that makes me wonder just what the fuck they were smoking, is unlocking Phantasy Star. Sonic 2, defeat the first boss with 2 players? Wow, so what if I don't have a second controller? I know I didn't get 2 controllers when I bought my 360. Fortunately, I have another controller, but what about everyone who wanted to play the first Phantasy Star and doesn't have a second controller? Borrow one? Yeah, but come on Sega, what the fuck? Okay, it's not that bad. Plenty of badass games to play, so let's take a look at Streets of Rage, Shining Force 2, Sonic 2, since I gotta fucking play it anyways, and of course, Phantasy Star. Streets of Rage was Sega's stake in the side-scrolling beat-em-up. Not as good as Final Fight, but still a totally fucking badass game. I used to play it all the time with my friends on Sega Channel. Play as one of 3 characters, roll down the streets, and proceed to beat the shit out of anyone who gets in your way. A badass game with 2 and 3 waiting for you after it. Shining Force 2. Shining Force was another Sega answer to a popular genre, this time the tactical RPG. Some would call Shining Force 1 and 2 clones, but they were actually beautiful and truly unique games. They had rich environments, epic stories, amazing music, great characters, and a firm grasp of what it meant to be a tactical RPG. The story in a bad nutshell is this: a fucking furry breaks into a forbidden shrine, jacks 2 jewels with charming names like the Jewel of Light and the Jewel of Evil, pisses someone off, demons appear, demons possess the king, and everything turns to shit, and like any good RPG, it's all up to you to fucking fix it. It's not a bad story, in fact it's actually fucking great. I just don't want to reveal too much in case you haven't played it. I just love the combat in the game, it's just gotta be the tactical RPG aspect. If you loved games like Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics, or Advance Wars, then you're playing a tactical RPG, and Shining Force 2 should be right up your alley. A badass game for a badass era. Too bad the series started to tank after this. What can I say about Sonic 2? It's better than Sonic 1, and Sonic 1 was the fucking shit. A new spin dash move, lengthened levels, the well-loved shield, badass special zone, and Tails, if you consider that a good thing. It's no Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but let's just play through this and unlock Phantasy Star, shall we? So, 2 players. I originally thought it had some meaning, and seeing as I didn't have or need any friends, I didn't know that the 2-player didn't have a boss at the end. To unlock the game, it has to be in single player. God, that's a sad sight. It just seems really ridiculous that all the second player has to do is just jump or hit the boss to count towards the unlock. Once again, what's the fucking point? Is it really even that necessary? Okay, so Dr. Robotnik goes down and I unlock Phantasy Star. Now, I have to admit, I'm quite curious to go way back into some seriously old school shit. I mean, this game is like fucking 20 years old. That's just fucking insane. Wow. I know I'm seriously getting into something old, but you know, it's nice that it's in the collection. Finally, you can play all Phantasy Star games up to the Sega Genesis. 1, 2, 3, and 4. About goddamn time. Well, from what I can tell from the story so far is that this guy Nero was killed trying to find out about someone named Lazic. His dying request to his sister Alice is for her to find someone named Odin and stop this Lazic. Well, it's got shops, church. Do they worship Jesus in space? Well, maybe it's Space Jesus, relative of Raptor Jesus. Clone Troopers? What the hell are they doing here? Well, like most RPGs, you're next to broke, so let's go out and zap some baddies and make some money. Well, so far so good. It's not a bad game. I'm just gonna speed through this wandering here. I wonder what kind of lobby creature I'm gonna find. What? Some owl bear. I don't see any owl or any bear in... Oh, what? Oh, what the fuck? What? What the fuck? The first creature I encounter and I'm dead? Oh my god. That's fucked up. Did I save? Oh, well, thank God for fucking small favors, I managed to save. God damn, this game is brutal. I don't blame the game. This was fucking 1988, and we and they didn't know better. It's still fun, even if the novelty of the fucking dungeons wears off and you find yourself as lost in them as you do on what the fuck to do next. But, you know, even if Phantasy Star 1 is kind of a pain in the ass, I actually really fucking loved Phantasy Star 4. That was the one I loved. I'm sure 3 and 2 have got to be better than this, because, you know, typically, they learn from their mistakes. Right? God damn. And I've only scratched the surface of this collection. You know what? I have to say, I am very pleased. A few problems aside, 48 titles for $29.99? That's like less than 63 cents a game. You know, 500 Wii points and 400 Microsoft points come to around $5, and you have to use all those just for one title. You really can't argue with the price. I want to give this game an 8.5 out of 10, but you can only do so good with old games, good or bad. So all in all, I'll give Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection an 8 out of 10. If you're looking for a badass game that'll fucking turn you into masochist, pick this bitch up.